We are live. It is 2:06 Central Standard Time in the United States. 7. Is it 7:06?
Yep.
7:06 GMT in the UK. This is the Nomad Tech Project with Sam and Joe.
Hey.
Episode 160 for those of you who are counting. I'm not, just because I have to do the shows in order. After Joe decided very smartly to ditch the season format just because it didn't make a whole lot of sense, because it's the same silliness every year, and really what denotes a season, who knows? It was kind of an arbitrary thing we were doing, so we just ditched that a while ago, and now we're just doing serialized episode numbers. So this is number 160, so this is the 160th episode of this highly regarded, well planned, and professionally performed podcast. Ooh, the triple P, right? Professionally performed podcast. There you go. Mm-hmm. So, and if you notice there's a little bit of time change, is because I didn't notice it until just a few hours ago that we already did our spring forward in the United States. That was last night. So if you're a little tired today, if you're in the United States and you notice that you didn't seem to get much sleep last night, it's because you lost an hour, right? Which is kind of cool. I mean, so for the people working the midnight shifts now, and I used to work the midnight shift for actually quite a long time, this was kind of a fun night because you basically got paid for an 8-hour workday, but you only worked 7 hours because the clock would go like at 1:06, it went to 2:06. Like, oh yeah, right. But when you worked in the fall, that became the problem because it would go to 2:06 and back to 1:06. So, and you get it back. So on the time you go back in the fall, you'd work a 9-hour shift and no overtime. So you know it's okay. What was kind of weird was, as a police officer, so how to handle the time change is weird. So I would, because the report, you draw a report number, right? And it's 1 through it's year 2000. Report numbers were 2005-001, right? And you'd work through those throughout the year. Well, the funny thing is because they're chronological, there were times on that night that we would go backwards, that we'd actually have a report that the report time was actually out of alignment. So it's like, instead of at 1:04, we took report 1006, and then report 1007 was at later, it was at 2:04, but then the next one was at 1:35. So because we had gone back an hour and something happened, so it was out of sync. It was kind of a weird thing. So we had actually had to put it in the police report on why the report numbers were out of alignment due to the time change. This actually looked like it happened in the past. That was kind of cool. So unfortunately, the UK doesn't go, I think, until the 29th, I think, is when they go.
I'm not sure. I'll have to check.
I think I looked it up because I know it's usually about 3 weeks. That's usually, it is, because it's 3 weeks away. So the UK, for some reason, is on. Yeah, they're on they're offset by 3 weeks. Funny fact, I looked it up. The first company to use daylight savings time was actually Germany. It was a German thing during World War I. And the United States and the UK kind of picked it up right after that. So I was kind of curious why it was, and I looked it up. Love the Googles, right? Look up stuff.
Good old Google.
Good old Google. Anyway.
Just quickly, Sam, we should mention it's International Women's Day, isn't it, today?
Oh, it is. Okay, I didn't know that. Oh, well, happy International Women's Day. It's on a Sunday, which is interesting because that's when Mother's Day is. So that maybe that's on purpose. I don't know. Indeed, yeah. So that's cool. So for if you're a woman out there and today is your day, it's international. So if you're a woman in the UK or
wherever you are,
Bulgaria, Canada, it's your day. Congratulations. Enjoy it. Go out and touch the grass and go spend some time and celebrate the women in our lives, and the women in general, because they're awesome. And
actually, while we're on that, like, who's your favorite female tech creators?
Oh, okay. Female tech
question for you?
Yeah, that's a great question. I do like Shannon Morse. I do like her a lot.
Yeah.
Mostly not because of the reviews so much, but she does a lot of like tech and security and IT.
Yeah, security-based stuff. I
love that stuff. I think she does a really great job of really kind of bringing awareness to all that. And I think a lot of people, especially to me, that is a lot more useful for a lot of just regular people who would stumble upon it, because I just think, generally speaking, most people, and you probably work with some people who probably their passwords aren't secure. They don't change them very often. If they have a bank PIN, it's probably been the same PIN for 10 years. And they probably, unfortunately, it's one of those things where once you compromise a password, you pretty much have everybody compromised, because most people will use that same password and a lot of places don't have life cycle on passwords, right? They don't force a rotation, right? If you have a password for Netflix and it's been the password and you just use it forever, chances are you're probably using the same password and it's got letters and numbers and it's probably got your address or God forbid your part of your social security number, your birthday in it. Please don't do any of that kind of stuff. So Shannon does a real good job of really talking about those kinds of real consumer and personal safety and tech safety and security.
Yeah, definitely.
I really enjoy her content. I think she does a really good job with it. I really like the pace. I like how she presents. JoJo, I like JoJo's content.
I was going to say JoJo the techie. Yeah,
I just like and Gigi and all of them. I just like how I know she doesn't really review phones as much anymore, but
I think JoJo does Phone Arena as well, doesn't she? She does articles.
Yeah, she does articles for them, so that's another great thing. And I know she goes to all the shows and stuff. She does a really great job. I'm pretty sure. I would assume I thought it would just be admin, right? For every router in the world, right? The password is admin.
Password.
Yeah, great password. So, at the end of the day, and then there's another one that I follow, and
Issa, you got Issa.
Issa, yeah, she does like all sorts of stuff. So it's not just phone. She's
very lifestyle sort of,
lifestyle stuff, and that's great. But there's some things I'm like, I'm not in the market for a vacuum cleaner, so. But it's kind of interesting to see
her target audience. To be fair,
I don't think so either. She does really a lot of I don't want to say bougie, but she definitely has. She's just very nice. It's a shame. We had her on a long time ago. She was just a fantastic guest, very knowledgeable, very fun to talk to. And then after that, and it was like, I think it was, we tried to do the show, adjust for her time because she was in the Philippines. And I think it was like 3 a.m. local time. And I thought she'd just be like, first of all, I can't believe she even agreed to do it. And then second of all, after we disconnected the call, like the show stopped, me and her sat online for like 35 more minutes and just talked about stuff and things. And she was a really, really nice to talk to person. And I think generally speaking, I would say most of the people probably in these tech spaces are probably pretty good. They're pretty personable for the most part. If you get down at the end of the day, they're just people. I mean, it's just, so yeah, those are a couple of, there's probably, Lisa Gade. Yeah. I used to watch Lisa Gade. I haven't watched a lot of Lisa. Not because I'm a tech fan.
I mentioned woman tech fan in my video actually.
Yeah, that was who it was. Haley's. That's who I couldn't think of her name. I really like her too.
Yeah, she's good. Yeah,
and, Lisa. It wasn't because of anything. I really don't watch a lot of phone reviews anymore. I just don't watch a lot of YouTube content in my spare time. I just don't, and that's probably part of the reason why I'm such an awful. We do a tech show, and I don't even watch YouTube videos about tech, and I don't know what's going on. Anyway. So, hey, Aditya, welcome, sir. I haven't seen Aditya in a while. Hope everything is good, sir. Welcome back. I know he's busy with the doctor thing, and I understand. He's busy with stuff.
Well, this is probably a better time for him, Sam. This is more.
2:00. Yeah, it's a little earlier, so it's probably and everybody else in the chat. Thanks for swinging.
Good
on
to
by.
see him.
Yeah, it's good to see him.
We've missed you.
And if you have not noted, didn't get the show or I think they posted it. I think it was on Tuesday. I was on the phone show chat with Ted and Joe, and that was really a great time. We had a really good chat.
It was a great show, wasn't it?
Went long, like 90 minutes. So for folks that want to check that out, go check that out. It was a pretty good time. We had a really good discussion about lots of things, and
www.phoneshow. There's 2 S's in the middle there. PhoneShowChat.uk. If you want.
And if you go, and also we're on their hub, right? I think our show's listed on.
We are listed on PodHub UK as well. We are officially part of the family, which is nice.
Right. So that's great. So if you want to get on there, check that out. It was a pretty good show. For those of you who were wondering if I took the show over and spoke the entire 90 minutes, you'll be pleased to know that I did not do that. And actually, it was a really good balanced show. Had a really good flow, and I always appreciate Ted and Joe letting me come by and have a good chat with them. They're a proper blokes, and they're definitely not Billy No Mates. Neither one of those mates are. They're not. I used that actually at work, and the lady I said to just looked at me like I was an idiot. She's like, "What's Billy No Mates?" I went,
I get like that all the time, mate. It's fine.
Yeah, I just think it's great. So I'm just going to start working in English catchphrases and English slang into my daily routine until somebody finally catches it and says, "What are you doing?" Yeah. So
You
that was fun.
Cockney slang, Sam. Cockney slang.
I apparently I can't do an English accent really well. Every time I do it, it makes it say I sound like I'm Australian, which I don't hear, but I'm not sure. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you do or Scouse or something like that. It's pretty good. Oh, well, anyway, so I'm just getting new phrases and I'm just kind of throwing them in, just regular conversations with people at the office or friends and family, and just see what happens, man. It's just having some fun with it. Anyway, I guess there was a hubbub about the S626 display being not 10-bit, it's 8-bit, but it's got trickery to make it. Yeah, I guess they kind of lied about it. I guess that's the big thing. If they weren't honest about it. I guess they had said they were doing 10-bit and they really aren't doing 10-bit.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, bit. Yeah, that was a big old. I mean, of course, it's over now because people kind of don't give a shit about it. But yeah, I mean, here's the thing. This is just a word of warning to any of these tech companies, whether it's Samsung, Apple, Google, whomever, whatever. I guarantee you, somebody's going to find out. Somebody's going to run tests on it. If it's a display, if it's a wattage, a voltage, a modem, whatever. If you give out specs in your phone, I guarantee you, somebody's going to find out that you're not doing it or you're full of shit, and they're going to nail you on it. And then it becomes a problem, right? And then you've got that problem. So I don't know why these companies continue to do that kind of stuff. And don't give me it's an oversight. It's not needed. Nobody. And if it is an oversight, whoever put that out there, and it needs to get fired. They need to lose their job because that's ridiculous. And then now, again, it doesn't cause a big deal because really, who cares? At the end of the day, you can't notice it if you really under certain conditions look at it in a certain way. But if you say your phone's 10-bit color, somebody's going to find out it's not. And somebody's going to find out, and you're going to get nailed on it. Yeah, Mr. Who's the Boss called it out. Yeah. I mean, somebody's going to find out.
I need to watch that video, actually. I haven't watched it. Yeah,
somebody's going to find out, whether it's either Mr. Who's the Boss, and I don't know if that's Aaron who figured that out on his own, just mucking around one day, and he's just that guy, or somebody on the staff did, or somebody called in and told him, hey, man, this thing's bullshit and whatever, and he just called it out. I don't know. The circumstances, don't care. But, yeah, it's one of those things where just if it's 8-bit and you said it's an 8-bit phone with color representation, but you're doing this active thing, you're trying to make it sort of cool, just say that and don't come there and just misrepresent what your phone's capability are. So somebody's going to find out. I mean, somebody's going to know, and then you're going to look stupid doing it. But again, these companies are too big to fail. They don't care. So, Samsung's like, yeah, we might take it on the chin for a couple of weeks. Yeah, people might piss and moan for a couple of months about it, but whatever. It's not going to stop sales and whatever. So
not the right attitude, though, is it?
I just don't think it's a good play. It just makes you look bad. It's negative press. But again, what do they always say, right? Sometimes negative press is still press.
Do you know what? A lot of people are getting them in their hands early, though, which is a nice thing. I give them that.
Oh yeah. I do think the privacy screen is really nice. Again, that's situational. Some people really don't care about a privacy screen. Some people, that's one of the things they do is they buy one of them aftermarket screen protector and they put it on their phone and it's always there. So to each their own. Whether or not you want to spend a bunch of money on it, that's on you. Yep, I got the electrolytes. Yep, it's Brondo. It's what the plants crave. It's got electrolytes. Yeah. So anyway, we'll see how that goes. I don't know. I just don't. There were some differences. I think in the screen. Obviously, it doesn't have the IT reflective coating as much, or it kind of does. So who knows? Nothing 4 phones came out. Those look pretty cool. Yeah.
What's your thoughts on them?
I'd like to try one at some point. I think the only Nothing phone that works on AT&T, I believe, is a Nothing phone 2. Well, it's according to their list. Now, the OnePlus 15 isn't actually listed on their white list, and I've had no problems with it at all. So maybe, who knows what's going on with that? And not sure, but we'll see how it goes. But
I'm just quickly checking our Samsung's website to see if it's still listed as 10-bit or not.
And I think oh yeah. Well, funny thing that when he made that movie, it was supposed to be kind of like just like hilarious kind of thing, and it's actually becoming more of an actual what's actually happening as far as society and the world itself is just kind of getting dumber. It's kind of bad, huh? Well, we'll see. So it's almost like a documentary at this point. We'll see how it goes. Nothing 4A looks pretty good. Yeah, I think so. I think the design of the back looks pretty nice. I really didn't.
Yeah.
The back that doesn't have it kind of has a odd.
It looks quite similar to the Pro iPhones with the plateau, as they call it. Yeah. But it's got the glyph matrix though on there again. From the Phone 3, which is good.
Yeah, I think a lot of people kind of like the phone, and I do agree with that. I think the phone matrix, the glyph matrix was probably, something I think really made the phone stand out. I know it's gimmicky, but it makes the phone kind of unique to itself, and it kind of makes it a uniquely identifiable phone. And I think that's kind of nice to have that design element. I mean, yeah, I don't really have to worry about, the fact that, it doesn't look like a phone, and obviously it's polarizing. Some people are going to look at that back of that phone. They're going to think it's not attractive or it looks stupid or it's because it's not symmetrical. It really drives them nuts. It really triggers a lot of people design wise. I don't know.
Well, I felt that way about the Phone 3, didn't I? But when I got it in hand, it grew on me a lot, actually. And I actually quite think it's quite beautiful, in fact, when I actually saw it in person. So, yeah, my view changed on the Phone 3. So, yeah.
I think people just with anything with the nothing phone, I think it's the UI, and it doesn't appeal to a lot of people. But it looks pretty nice. I mean, it's pretty.
I love
clean.
the aesthetics of it, Sam. I really love it. Yeah.
Really nice. From what I've seen, I mean, like I said I haven't used one, but from what I've seen, I'm like, it's a phone I can get down with. But again, at this point, I've got a problem with like I said, I have a drawer full of phones that I don't use and have had for a long time. So right now I'm. Actually, yesterday I went to a home and garden show in St. Louis, and I actually took my Fold 7 only because it was a lot easier to use when I'm scanning tickets or whatever like that. So that's the only time. But then I got back and my SIM's back in the OnePlus. So really, it's been pretty much in there for 2 weeks straight now, 2.5 weeks. And I do miss the Fold 7. I do miss the form factor. It's nice having a foldable. Unfortunately, I think what's going to happen is because of having the OnePlus and the Fold, I think that my Pixel is probably going to sit in the drawer a lot. It's not because it's not because anything about the phone is negative. I love my Pixel. It's just when I use it, the usage of the phone. If the cameras are just as good as the Pixel, I would never even want to even take the Pixel out of a drawer. I do miss a lot of the AI features and the calls. That's the one thing about the OnePlus doesn't have that the iPhone. Well, it does too. But that the Samsung and that the Pixel has is the call screening feature. It does come in real handy because I do get a lot of those calls are going to send to message, and it doesn't have anything like that. And then it has AI stuff, but I don't use it that often. I haven't really kind of dove. Haven't really dove into much of that on the OnePlus, so I really don't know where that's at. But so far, I mean, except for yesterday for about maybe 5 or 6 hours, my SIM's been in the OnePlus, and I really enjoyed it. I mean, it's just the fact that the phone's performance is so blistering. I can't tell people how good the phone is. It's just blistering fast. It's just the modems are great, and like when I sit at my desk because of the modem and the Wi-Fi and all that kind of stuff, I actually can get my phone to respond a little bit. Unfortunately, where I'm at in the back corner, I'm kind of right next to one of the data hubs in our building on that floor. So it really, like back in that corner, the phone basically doesn't even work. It just comes to a crawl. The only phone I can get to actually respond is this OnePlus. It actually works okay. It's not too bad.
I'm now in the signature.
Yeah. So I saw that. I saw the unboxing. It was really nice.
Yeah, I'm glad someone watched it.
Yeah.
It's not done very well. It's been my worst unboxing on my channel since I started it, really, which is quite disappointing because I was quite pleased with it. So,
yeah, I mean, I thought it was fine. I liked it. I mean, and
thanks, mate.
The only thing I don't like on those, I can't complain they give you it for free, but I don't like the hard plastic. I wish it was just the TPU.
Yeah, I don't care for the hard now, and it's hard work.
Yeah, it's just I don't care for the hard plastic shells on there. I'd rather just TPU would be better for me. The hard plastic just like
The phone's beautiful. Really enjoying it. It's really thin. Look how thin it is.
Yeah, no, that's pretty nuts. How's the speakers? Speakers sound good and everything?
Yeah, speakers seem pretty good. I need to test them a bit more, but they do seem pretty good. Yeah. The cameras seem decent as well. Again, I need to do a lot more testing really to give my overall view, but I'll be working on my review now because I've got it till the 27th. So,
Wow, that's not a whole lot of time. That's only what, about 3 weeks?
Well, it's 4 since I've had it, but I took a while to get my SIM into it, didn't I? Which was because I took so long to do my Razer review, which is also not done very well on my channel either as well. But that I expected not to do too well because that phone's been out for a long time.
Well, on top of that, it's not a phone that drives clicks, right? That's what they always say. You review these phones that aren't like Samsung, Apple, Google. They just, unfortunately, the phone's been out a while. Also, and this goes to the point of channel frequency, right? It's if you're not putting a video out there, people don't really have you. It's like some of these creators. I know a video is coming every day or every other day, right?
Yeah.
Because
I had a month off basically.
Yeah, and so when people kind of when a creator kind of stops making videos for whatever reason, they forget about it. Yeah, and they do, and because YouTube wants engagement and they want creators to engage, and so if you don't do that, it doesn't reward you for it. Once
you go in YouTube jail.
Yeah, you go to YouTube jail. Yeah. Well,
it's all right.
Looks like my wife just got home, so we might have some dog situations here, so I might be going on mute for the next couple of minutes until they get home and get situated. Yeah. So if you notice, we went off a little early, and we might kind of go off at 2:00. Hopefully, by the time in 3 weeks, it'll be later for Joe. It'll be 8:00, so it'll be the proper 6-hour split.
Again,
but we're gonna do this 2:00 time slot and see how that goes for a while. That way, we don't bump up against the tech disruptors because they go off at 3:00. So we'll see how that.
I think that's a good move. I think. So I know Jimmy likes to watch both. So.
Yeah. And now he doesn't have to split duty. Yeah, you need to beg forgiveness or pray to the YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah. Need to give more to that relationship. Sadly, my stupid brain doesn't allow me to.
Well, I think it's more of I think it's a situationship, really, not a relationship. So it's we'll see how it goes.
I mean, I'm under no illusion that my channel is going to do huge numbers ever, and I'm under no illusion that I'm going to be like a YouTube superstar. So let's set that straight. I'm not, but still, it is disappointing when you work so hard on something and then it just flops, and it's just like, oh. Like a friend of mine said about deleting it and re-uploading. I can't be bothered. It might have. I'm just going to move on.
What would be? Why would you delete it and re-upload it?
So it could be situational, and like the time that I uploaded it didn't hit the algorithm. Whereas if you re-upload at a different time, it can hit that wave and bang, there you go, the views come. It's just sometimes like luck like that. It was Geeky Stuff, Paul Geeky Stuff. He mentioned it. He said even when he's had it in the past, 7 times out of 10 when he's re-uploaded, it works. So. Yeah, I did consider it, but I thought, you know what? I can't bother with that. I'll just leave it as it is. I'll live.
And then also, JT's asking when you're getting the V6.
The V6, I'm not sure. Hopefully, I do get it because I got the V5 as an extra. I would consider getting it on my contract though. So, yeah, let's see.
So it goes global in July. Yeah, I mean, do you still have the V5?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I love it.
I mean, then see that's the thing. That's another reason why I really wouldn't want to do the phone review thing for me is just because then if I liked the phone, I'd have to stop using that phone and then have to put it into another phone and use the phone and then and then really I don't. I mean, I'm glad they do reviews, but I still think to me the reviews that really I think not last, but I think that are more influential to me. Especially if I don't buy a phone at launch, like if I'm looking 6 months later to pick up a phone, is when they come back and do these 90-day and 6-month reviews. I think for me,
they are good. Yeah,
that's when, and especially if somebody actually uses it that entire time for 6 months and really kind of sees, because I think by that time you really have gotten all the features in it. You've probably used that phone in the ways you're going to use it, and you've probably come up with enough of your own lifestyle use cases in your own life, whether at work or home or school or family, of using the phone, how it performs. The batteries now has more of a, it's more learns how you charge and how you use. And so, and also now it's got a couple of updates possibly in there. It's kind of, flushed out some of those, the things that people always say, but the problem is you can't really do that because you got another phone phones keep coming in on a cadence throughout the year. So you can't go back and use that phone. You gotta, because you have phones coming in, you've got to put your SIM in that phone for 3 weeks. Even if you get it ahead of time, a lot of these, YouTubers, the people that are creators get the phones ahead of time, and this is great. But everybody's giving them ahead of time, right? So just because they're getting ahead of time, but the phones that were coming out 3 months later, they're getting ahead of time too. So you're not gaining anything because everybody just shifts left and everybody's getting the phone 3 weeks early. The other phone that's not available for launch is coming out 3 weeks early to you. So you're really not. It only helps that at least you get the phone before consumers do and stuff.
Which is nice. That's happened to me once and once only. Hopefully it happens again in the future. It happened to me with the 8 Pro and the 8 Lite.
Yeah, and JT says it doesn't look like a huge upgrade, and a lot of these phones aren't going to be really huge upgrades, right? It's going to be iterative, especially going from one year to year. And I need to
use it, to really know,
right? And and then also, again, this is another thing I tell people that this is more important, I think, is the features, is using the features on the phone and actually having a video about using the features on the phone. Like you did the thing about the Horizon lock. People, maybe I didn't even know that was even on the phone. I hadn't even heard of it. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, Horizon lock? That sounds cool.
I must admit, another motivator did it first before me, actually, on the Edge 70. I think his name Rajiv.
Okay, well that's okay. It doesn't mean that's his. Only he can do it, but it's just nice because
but I think
a lot of people
to share.
Well, especially if you're a camera person or photographer, and having that Horizon lock, that's pretty slick. I mean, that's a really neat feature, and I think a lot of people, I don't know if that would be something that would. Oh, well, now they've got this feature, I'm definitely going to maybe think about switching to a Moto. But it's nice that if you are picking up one of the Motos and you've had an older one and now they've got this new feature, somebody goes, oh, wow, that's kind of cool. And now they actually know how to use it, what it looks like. And oh, okay, that looks pretty slick. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, well, I like to do that in my reviews. That even features that I haven't necessarily used much myself, I like to talk about them because it may well be useful to other people. So I do like to do that.
And I actually watched a video the other day, which was really great. I'm glad he did it. What gear? He came and he had a bunch of stuff for the OnePlus.
Oh, he does amazing top tip.
And videos. It was like, man, it was like I was like, wow, that really hit. There was like a couple of features that I'd already done.
Yeah.
So to be fair, some of them
from Troy's videos.
Troy put out a video for the OnePlus 15 about that, and it was amazing. Like I said, I had about 4 of the 10 I actually had already done, just because it was not really necessarily a OnePlus 10 specific thing. It's kind of thing you do with Android phones or just phones in general. But some of them, there were features that I didn't either set up or didn't know about. I was like, oh, like the one thing I liked was the outdoor mode. I thought it was kind of cool that you have the outdoor mode. So when you're outside, you just tap that. And actually what it is it says right there, it says outdoor mode. It's not going to focus. So when you're outside, it actually is a little button. So you just toggle it. And now when you're outside, it does. It's pretty cool. I mean, I didn't even know
outdoor mode do.
So I have to look it up because I haven't really messed with it a lot. So I'll read. Okay, so I'm hoping it says what. Okay.
At least he's not robotic yet, Peter. He's just saying, hey, you seem to be losing bandwidth.
Yeah, I probably am. Yeah. It's fine. Okay, so
Thank you, sir.
I'm trying to see. I can't read it. Hold on. This is what happens when you get old. The font's too small. I can't understand it. We're gonna find out. So here we go. Outdoor mode. So outdoor mode increases your internet speed, provides accurate location services, and improves app stability. But it's not on every app. I mean, it's only a couple of them. And the funny thing is on the apps that I don't have any of them. And some of them I never heard of. Grab Driver, Gojek Driver, Food Panda Rider, Rappi, Zomato, DD Food. Some looks like a bunch of, okay. So, all right. Seems like the outdoor mode. So like if you're out and about and you are wanting to do like, let's say you want to get Grubhub or food delivery or whatever, it probably helps with that. I don't know. I mean, it looked pretty cool, but just the fact that Troy talked about some of these other features and how to turn them on and went through one. I have 2 channels the same.
Is that the vertical and horizontal?
That's the vertical. Yeah, that's the vertical and horizontal.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, we simulcast actually with the vertical and horizontal at the same time. Actually, for some reason, it was. I will tell you that StreamYard, I know it costs a lot more money now. They're in a paid plan, and it's it's not exactly $1 a month, or it's not free. I will tell you that that I pay for it, which is fine. But every time I log in, or every other week I log in, they have some other feature. They're constantly upgrading and adding things and changing things. It's really kind of good. I mean, they're not just basically taking money and not doing anything with it. They're actually trying to always upgrade them. Hey, El Jefe, Jeff's in the chat. Hey, well, how you guys doing? How you doing, sir? I haven't seen you in a while. I know you've been quite busy with everything. I still follow his car. I love his car. His Camaro is awesome. That color blue, it's amazing. I just like watch his videos and stuff like that. So I've been kind of living vicariously. Now that I don't have my Mustang, I got rid of it and got the Mini. So I still follow and all that stuff. So good to see you, Jeff. Hopefully everything's good for you, sir. And thank you for swinging on by and checking us out. I haven't heard from you in a while, and hope all is well. I know the weather out there in California is starting to get warm. Actually, it's been nice there. It was like 80. I think Friday was like 80 something degrees here. It was nuts. It's actually like uncomfortable. I was working up home Friday, and it was upstairs, and my upstairs kind of gets a little warmer. And it was like, it wasn't uncomfortable, but it was like, I have to worry about that. It's not too good. So good. I'm glad he's doing well. Yeah. So good.
Well, last picture I saw, he's looking really well as well.
Oh, I know. Yeah, he's lost a lot. He looks fantastic. I know that when you're trying to, that's a hard journey, man. And I always tell people, the health is really the only thing you really have. That everything else doesn't really matter, right? If you're not well enough to live, you can't go to work, you can't enjoy the things. And so he looks amazing. Like I can see he's really putting a lot of the work and so did English Dan. He did it as another guy, bloke who lost a ton of weight and really did all that kind of stuff. So it's good.
Yeah.
It's hard, man. It's hard work. You got to change a lot of things, right? It's habits, it's diet, you're having to exercise. And sometimes you don't want to get up and do the thing, right? Work is hard. Sometimes you just like, I'll take it down. But it's good to see that, folks are looking at their health and making changes. And that's really good to see. Yeah, I saw you lost a lot of weight. It looks fantastic.
Yeah, because I use food for comfort. So yeah,
I've had to really kind of really pay attention to what I eat. And it's because I'm getting older. My metabolism is just slower, right? And also too, just from a cholesterol and that kind of stuff. You want to make sure, and that kind of thing. 100 pounds. Wow. Yeah, and that's it, man. It's really, and like Joe said, it's not necessarily the calories. It's how we eat and how our relationship with food is. Like I said, a lot of people, when they get stressed out or they binge eat or whatever, and it's because it's comfort, right? Nothing better when you're having a bad day, you're not feeling good, or just when the weather's bad. Like if it's a rainy, cold, kind of crappy day, you're in home, you get a really good warm comfort meal that kind of sticks to your ribs, but it's probably not the best for it. It's probably heavy calories and because you're inside through the winter, you're not getting out as much, not walking, not being as active, it's weight gain in the winter time is a real thing. And a lot of people, the relationship with food has to really change, really has to shift. And so for folks that can do that, yeah, it really works good. But that's what I think people struggle with, really. I think it's just the habit, and then, bad habits are hard to break, those kind of things. So
yeah, definitely.
Everything in moderation. No Krispy Kremes. Oh man, I can't eat that shit. Sorry.
Too sweet. You haven't got a sweet tooth, have you? Really?
Not really. But also too and to be fair, and I have bought one.
A bit robotic there, Sam. Sorry, mate.
Oh, my robot. Oh man.
Yeah. I don't know if it's just for me or others as well.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Sam, just got to quickly read a message that I'm sure John Trimmer won't mind me reading this, right? But he said he's watching the pod for once. He normally catches the audio, right?
Right.
And he said, "Don't at me, but I've bought a Xiaomi 17 Ultra." He said he got it on Amazon. for a decent payment plan, which is great. He then goes and says, HyperOS is absolute garbage, absolute bag of shite. Actually, his exact words.
All right. Wait, hold on. So I'm gonna. You keep talking. I'm gonna switch out because for some reason I'm connected to the wrong access point. That's why it sucks. Hold on a second. I'm gonna switch out.
Give me 1 second. Come on, Sam, you amateur. Anyway, yeah, he goes on to say he's not tested the camera yet, but he's going to take it to football soon. And this is the bit I wanted Sam to hear, right? He said he wasn't a full kit wanker with the light phone, though.
Yeah.
He's only went for the normal one.
Oh, yeah. So hopefully, yeah. And the metabolism slowed down. Yeah, so Krispy Kremes, is this better? Am I back to being normal or is it still robotic?
Yeah, did you hear anything that I said? I guess you did.
I told you when I disconnect and reconnect, it was like a 30-second lag. So
delay.
Yeah, I know he got the Ultra. Yeah, it looks like a really great phone. I mean, and I actually thought I know there's two of them, right? There's this one, it's like the Ultra, but then there's like this other version of it. It's like a lot of money. It's like $1,800, right?
Yeah, so he said he wasn't a full kit wanker. He didn't go for the extra special one.
Right. No full kit wankers, yeah.
Well, that was funny. Fair, I kind of like the Lights phone. I got to admit, I would like all that full kit wankerness.
Oh yeah, that looks really. I mean, I just don't know.
Is that a word? Wankerness.
Wankerness. I just don't want to pay full kit wankerness money because that's a lot of. That's a lot of coin, dude.
Yeah.
And I do need a mesh network. I was supposed to have Starlink last week, but the guy couldn't install it in the house because my house is the gable's too high, and So we're going to do it on a pole between my shed and the outside. But the problem is I had to cut a couple trees down because they had one big, huge cedar tree was right in the middle. So I got this guy who comes and he cuts it down. Well, it was either that or put it where I want to put it. He had to cut down like a whole row of them, like the whole front of the house. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
You don't want to be cutting trees down if you don't have to.
No, I got a shit ton of them, so it's not a big deal. It's just I didn't want to do all that. So after the show, I'm going to go out and I'll have to get a pole. I got a pole mount, actually, Starlink, since it actually has an auger at the bottom where you'd screw it into the base, and I'm going to tie it down. And he's going to come out tomorrow, and hopefully I can get it. I just didn't have a line of sight. I could have if I could have put it on the roof of the house, but the roof is 35 feet in the air, and I don't have a 12-12 roof, a 12 pitch. It's actually 16-12. So it's a lot steeper pitch on the roof, and just climbing on it, it's just not possible. It's just way too high. And so, and anyway, so they're going to come out tomorrow. Hopefully I had to reschedule the appointment. So I've got the equipment here. I'm hoping I can get that installed tomorrow. And hopefully if that's the case, from what I've been told, the throughput that I should get, I hopefully won't have any more, knock on wood, I won't have any more robotic Sam moments here. So, I do need a mesh network. Yeah, all one unified. Well, I have 3 different access points, but I'm hoping to get rid of 2 of them because I got to get the Starlink thing. And actually, the Starlink one has a hub, and then it has another part that I can put in a different part of the house. So, and actually, the routers are right over here, like to my right.
The router.
The router. The router is only. It's The router. It's actually a switch. It's not even, but it doesn't matter. And it's okay. Anyway, so we'll check it out. And we'll see. So hopefully. I'll have something to report about that. I was supposed to hopefully have the Starlink. And the guy that cuts trees actually asked me why I was cutting these couple trees down. And I said, well, because I'm doing Starlink. He said, oh, I've had it for like years. It's awesome. And he lives in a real rural part of Missouri too. But he bought it 4 years ago and he had to buy all the equipment up front and all that.
Oh, really?
You basically just, you don't pay for the equipment.
If I'm quick enough. Here we go. I'll send you that one, Sam. I think is he gone again? Has he left us? Or is he just frozen or what? I don't know what's going on. The No Sam Tech project right now. He's back. Hey!
Yeah, it's all of a sudden. Dude. Anyway, so hopefully they get the Starlink installed. So anyway, the guy who came in to cut my trees down, he actually had Starlink for like 4 years. And he said, he had to get it back then when you had to pay for all the equipment up front, like it was like $800 and you have it installed and stuff. So, I got a phone. Ow! That's hey, if I'm going to freeze, that's a pretty good time to freeze. I'm going.
Yeah.
So the Sam bot glitch. Yeah. So hopefully I'm back. Anyway, so I'm hoping by next show, one, it won't have these kind of technical problems because the throughput's supposed to be a lot better. But he says he's had it for 4 years where he lives, and he lives in a really kind of rural part of Missouri. And he said it's been spot on. He says it's really, really been really, really good.
Promising then. I mean, he would say that though, wouldn't he? I mean,
why would he say No, this is the
not...
tree guy. This is my buddy.
Oh,
who
the tree guy.
Yeah,
okay,
the tree guy came down. He's like, hey, he goes, why are you cutting these trees down? And I said, because I was trying to get Starlink, and I was explaining the line of sight. He's like, oh, he goes, yeah, I've had it for 4 years, and it's amazing. But I had to pay a ton of money because I got it back when it was in the beta. See, I didn't say it the right way. I said it the wrong way, like you. So he goes, but back then, 4 years ago,
but then you said it was the wrong way. So
It is the wrong way. It's the wrong way. But hey, it's all good. So he said he had got it, but back then when it was in that 4 years ago, you had to buy all the hardware up front. And so this one now is so now it's like, well, we'll give it a try and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, I'm hoping by my next Sunday I will have decent throughput and I won't have to worry about this silly shit that I have to fight with. It seems like on a weekly or every other week basis with this.
It sounds promising, mate. So
yeah, we'll see how it goes. Yeah. So anyway, I gotta get the pole mount. It's a 12-foot little pole. It's kind of augered in. Just gonna auger it and tie it down, and because it's actually the base station for it, I guess the little thing, the Gen 3. It's kind of heavy. And I'm kind of worried about having it on that pole, like a 12-foot pole at the top, because if it's really windy, so I'm gonna get some tie downs. I'm just gonna take some wire and just tie it and kind of anchor it to the ground just to make sure in case it goes, because we do get a lot of real serious thunderstorms and it's really windy where I live in the area, and I don't want the thing to fall, because if it's mounted on the edge of if it falls, it's going to fall into a wooden deck. May not break it, but if it falls from a 12-foot pole and it goes and hits the ground, it's gonna explode. So, and I know they have places that I think they sell that are they look like frames, like rubber. It almost looks like a phone case that you can put around the actual module itself, so if it does fall, it kind of protects it from falling and damage and stuff. So, and also I've got the little thing that there's a micro one that goes for RV, for mobile, so I can put it on the RV when we go camping and stuff.
Oh wow,
it was all in one package deal. Yeah, it was really kind of a really cool package deal. If you go to Starlink's website, they were offering it's basically almost free, and the guy comes out for free to install it and stuff. I'm just gonna pay. Now it's a little bit more a month, and the speed's not good, so I gotta pay a little bit more. But I mean, I'm never gonna get fiber where I'm at, so it just kind of,
So Michael said 160, impressive. Thank you.
Yeah.
You got there.
Yeah, I know. I'm crazy, right? Times 6. So I can't. Honestly, it's really been a labor of love for doing the show. I really look forward to doing this every Sunday. Not only do I get to talk to Joe, and we've had just a really good time doing it, but also I get people in the chat come in, and I get to see Simon and Jimmy and Peter and all the folks, and then Scoop gets to swing by one time, and everybody, El Jefe's here, and he's always been really supportive and great. Everybody's really just been really, really nice. I mean, on the feedback, it's really hasn't been that negative. I just don't think people are, I guess they're just being nice or whatever. But I mean, honestly, most of the people that we talk to, they really seem to enjoy this, which is kind of interesting, because
they're just really nice people, I think.
Well, and because we don't put a lot of time in this. I mean, Joe and I have busy lives, and Joe's, doing his own thing with his motivator thing. He works at a store, and he's got a family. I've got kids. Tuna's a dick, but it's fine. Okay. Yeah.
Oh dear.
But it's one of those things where I really appreciate everybody coming in here and kind of and showing up and taking time out of their day, and then if they miss the show, just downloading it later and listening to it while they're translating on the metro, or they're on the bus, or just sitting at home working on whatever. It's really great, because we don't always talk about tech, so that's the only problem, right? It's just kind of the show's called Nomad Tech Project, but we kind of have these little tangents where we kind of spill into everything else and do everything. It can go anywhere and everywhere, all the wares. So we'll see. But and we're looking to, keep doing it. I mean, God willing, if we keep, it's something we like to do. And the good thing is there's no shortage of content.
No, right? There's always stuff coming in now.
There's always stuff coming in. Joe's doing stuff with, luckily he works for where he works, so he gets to touch the stuff real time, and he gets to see more of the retail trends of it, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, quite interesting.
I did want to get back to, we made the comments on the phone show chat about, professional YouTubers, and that I think there's a space for all. Like, I really enjoy people like Shane Craig and Adam, and, even Flossie. Although I think Flossie has cracked the code. He doesn't have a real high B-roll. It's kind of top down. It's very thing. But because he does all these catchphrases and everything else, and you can follow along, it's interactive. It's really informative, but it's also a lot of fun.
The procedure.
Yeah, you know the procedures, right? Petty Roosevelt. You know, it's great. You could actually follow along, which is kind of nice. You almost know he's going to say it, and I don't know how many times I've been watching Flossy, dude. I just say it with him because I know he's going to say it, right? Shoes,
exactly.
White shoes and all that kind of stuff. So I think that's kind of. So we had a conversation about.
Oh, Sam, I'm surprised you not looked at that. Look at John's comment.
Oh wow! Okay, well that's really great. I'm glad. You never really know because. You know, most of the people that go in the phone show chat, it's the people in the MeWe group that are kind of going on there. And then they're having people on that are actual real creators that are like doing phone, like actually YouTubers that do YouTube either full-time or mostly full-time. They're kind of more well-known than just me as a podcaster. So I really appreciate that. I tried to also, when I go on somebody else's show, I try to keep it at least civil and not a dull roar. Although I did say wanker, which is funny because to me, that is not a bad word, and yet it is because I was on a show that had 2 British people on it. So I actually felt kind of nice. I felt kind of nice that I actually didn't actually use real profanity, but then I said full kit wanker. So even Joe's like, well, you did say wanker. And I was like, oh, well, in the United States, that doesn't mean anything. So I kind of got away with it. I forgot that most of the people listening to that show are British. So I'll dip. And yes. The sometimes late, but always great, Steve Litchfield. Had to get one in there. God love him. It's you know what? It's coming to see something that I'm actually looking forward to. Getting zingers from Steve Litchfield. It's almost, it makes me warm and fuzzy. It gives me that warm feeling. It's probably just gas. It's probably I got a little bit of an air pocket in my stomach, but it's probably what it is. But I've always really enjoyed. And yes,
Sam's claim to fame. I'm on the longest.
One of the longest PSCs. I think it might have been. I don't know, but there's some shows that are kind of in the 90, 85 minute range. So I wasn't like terribly over, but if it was by numerical value, the longest show, you're welcome. It's okay. Anyway.
Oh god.
I don't know, man. It's kind of Yeah.
Had to be you.
Great. Who else would? Although I did do a lot better. It was I know they have a lot of their format now. It's kind of let the guests kind of go, but we had a lot of other comments and it was a good back.
Yeah,
and
we
forth.
did. Yeah,
it didn't feel like I was constantly on this show, just running off the mouth for 65 to 70.
We had some audio plugins as well, didn't we? So that made it a bit longer. So it wasn't just you.
Right, exactly. But what was kind of neat was. It was a good time. Like I said, the way you guys have it set up, I like that format. I like the fact that, although I did drop the ball on the picture, I forgot that I was supposed to pick one. But the 2 you picked were really, really great. I actually liked them both actually for different reasons.
Some really nice. Talented community there. Very talented.
Yeah, some of the pictures those people sending, the people in the community, they're taking these with phones. Whew. Okay, yeah. So I'm over here just taking basic pictures, and these guys are taking some of those pictures are just, the composition is amazing. Those are full, to me, those look like professional photographers are taking this picture. And they probably are, some of those people are semi-professional, but they know how to frame them and the composition and the lighting and all that. It's really kind of cool. Like to watch people, it's kind of funny when you see that in the pictures that I take, because I'm definitely not a photographer. I guess technically I take a picture with my phone, so I guess I'm technically a photographer, but clearly have no talent in how to do it properly. But then you see that just the pictures I take versus some of the pictures that these folks take, it's just like, holy crap. It's just not even close. It's like literally, it's like League One and like Premiership. It's just like, it's not even close. The skill level is just insane with some of the pictures and those are the ones that just won.
Players in League One can still hit a worldie shot, and it can happen, mate.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. But at the one, you might get lucky, right? You never make the shots you don't take, right? But at the end of the day, and those are the ones that just those won. That doesn't count all the other pictures that were submitted that were probably really, really great too.
Yeah,
that just didn't get picked. So it's pretty crazy. So yeah, it is a great community. I guess we are a part of it, and we are happy to be part of it. It's to be on the hub is pretty cool. Like I think that's pretty sweet. I think for a lot of folks, that's kind of cool.
Actually, some of the guys that come in the chat here regularly may well be interested in PSC community on MeWe. If you are interested in joining, download MeWe and check it out. It is a great.
Yeah, and there's always, they make the comments, but there's always that rolling chat. It's pretty healthy. There's not a lot of gaps in time, and when on a daily basis, there are people that are really in there contributing and making comments.
And Ted works hard putting loads of different things in there for you to have a look up. So you're up to date with tech all the time with Ted in there. Literally any article that's worth looking at, he's popped it in there. So yeah, it's great.
Yeah, the MeWe is really, really great. I mean, we technically do have a Nomad Tech Project MeWe, but it's just there. We don't really use it. And full disclosure, I am not the greatest at really engaging that way. I don't. I mean, there's another the Telegram threads I'm on. The other ones that Joe and Manos and all them and those folks are part of, and I just don't comment a lot. Dan.
Yeah.
They're commenting. I mean, I'll go a couple of days. There's like 600 comments. I might just scroll to the bottom and catch up. But yeah, it's pretty good. It's a really good community. They're really engaged, really not only engaged, but really super knowledgeable. People have a lot of good takes.
In
that group, right?
If you're unsure of something, pop it on there, and then one of the guys will be like, "Yeah, this is what you need to do," or "Yeah, it's really good."
Well, just not from a title, but excuse me. Whoa, we're down the wrong pipe.
Oh, I hate when that happens. You can see your eyes watering. Oh dear, Sam.
Okay, yeah. So what's good is it's not just the technical takes, but then just their opinions about stuff. They're well thought out.
Yes,
they're articulated well, and then people go like, "I don't agree with you," and then there's a good conversation. It's always respectful. Sometimes it gets a little, people kind of get.
That's a good point, actually, Sam. It's always very respectful in there.
Yeah, and they get passionate, and they're trying to develop their argument, make their case on why they feel a certain way, but nobody ever goes off the deep end. Now they may still think in their mind, they may be like, this guy's an asshole, right? But in the chat, it's very well done, and Steve and Ted, when Steve was doing it and monitoring, helping with that, but Ted does a really good job of making sure that is not only has a lot of content to talk about, but everybody's in there making comments, and then you got the classifieds, you got the pictures and all that kind of stuff. It's a really great community.
Streams off that. So there's even a health group, which is quite handy for some people. They're classified, as you say. I've bought quite a few bits and bobs off there in the past.
Yeah, so it's really good. I should check that out. I'll try to drop a link if I can get it. I'll try to drop a link in the chat we'll put it in the show notes, which I don't make show notes anymore. There are show notes technically, but I'm not putting comments in them like I used to because I don't think people read them. And it's gonna be it's fine. We'll see. So hopefully by next week I'm hoping that I'll have at least a weekend in the Starlink and figure out if that's any good. And hopefully if everything works right, I won't have any more of these pips and pops and stuff.
Yeah.
I just kind of think
Starlink all the way.
It won't my internet won't totally suck. We're hoping. So we'll see. And if it does, well, every once in a while, you're going to get robotics.
If it does, we can badmouth Starlink.
Right. It'll be their fault. Sure. I don't know how, but anyway. So, we're going to just kind of wrap it up.
Right? You're getting Starlink, couldn't you?
Yeah, we'll see. So, we'll hopefully it'll get installed Monday, and we'll check it out, see if it works. Hopefully, I'm really hoping that it really resolves some of my problems as far as speed. And they say theoretically there's no cap. So like when you get to that one terabyte data transfer cap, usually it kind of throttles and stuff like that and disconnects a lot, like I've had with these other routers. According to them, that they don't do that. There's no throttling. If you use a terabyte or two, it just keeps on going. You don't have to restart it and bounce it. And a lot of good uptimes, like 99.7% uptime is what they're claiming. So the only thing I do worry about is they don't have like an active call center. Like everything's got to be done like a service ticket. So if you have an outage, you're going to surprise, and if it's an outage, I think that's a priority ticket. It's like a priority 1 outage or a priority outage. Mm-hmm. So I think their service level is like, I think 24 hours, but on other stuff, they probably have SLAs that are probably 3 and 4 days. So that's the only problem is if you have a technical problem, you really can't get somebody on the phone. They don't have like a call center like you could for somebody else, like AT&T or whatever. You have to put in just an online service ticket through them. So
they've got an app or.
Oh yeah, there's an app. Yeah, it's in a Starlink app, and actually, it's pretty well done. Actually, and I could technically do the installation myself. Actually, it says the thing where it says, you can start installation, but it looks like this. You have an app, and you can do. It tells you how to do it. All this kind of stuff, and it's pretty good. And
did you have to pay for installation, or was it a free?
No, it was part of it. It was a part. I guess it's the I guess the highest end residential plan. So you get the home unit, you get the little mini unit, and then they come out and they do the installation for free, and then you pay. And again, I think it's $120 a month. And then on the other unit, even if you're not using it, you have to pay $5. It's like a holder fee or whatever. It's like so basically it comes out to $125 essentially. But I have two routers now. Well, I have two routers now, and I'm paying it like right at $100 anyway for both of those, for the 180 TT and the one T-Mobile one.
Is that like the average in the US then? Or?
No. My buddy gets he has Spectrum, and it's fiber, and he gets it's a gigabit speed, but he gets like 780, 900 gigabit or megabytes, and I think he pays right at 80 or 75. So no, it's more.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not cheap. And the problem is this is for Starlink, and then so the reason why you have Starlink is for people like me who live in non-urban areas that cannot get high-speed internet through fiber or lines. There's no fiber. There's no nothing. I mean, we've been on the roadmap for AT&T for 8 years. Oh, you're on the roadmap. They're not running fiber out here. There's not enough people out here.
Yeah.
And then some people live, but this thing, like Starlink, there are people that live in like rural parts of Idaho and Montana, like live in the middle of absolute fucking nowhere. Well, I'm talking the next house is 20 miles away. They live in the middle of nowhere, and they're getting speeds. They're getting internet, and that's really the only option they have. So unfortunately, if you have access to fiber, like if I get fiber, I wouldn't be getting Starlink. It's not like, I'd rather just have Starlink. No, if I could get fiber lines, if I could get a gigabit speed through a fiber line and pay $70 a month, I would totally do that before I would do this. Yeah. But you don't have a choice when you live out where I live, and they're more semi-rural. It's not farmland, but it's not an urban area. This is what you have to do. It is what it is.
The alternative.
We'll see. At least it's available. I mean, hell, years ago they used to have the regular satellite internet, but you couldn't do anything with it because the latency was a second. It had to go up to a satellite and go all the way back down. It was like there was no way. This is all the low Earth orbits. These are all low Earth orbit out satellites, so the latency is pretty manageable actually. So
yeah, it's good stuff.
We'll see. I don't know. We'll check it out, and I'll let you know. But hopefully, I'm hoping it gets installed tomorrow and everything works. So that's the point. Well, at the end of the day, I think we're going to wrap it up. We had a good show, right at about an hour. So again, right now, if you're not ready to jump off, you got the tech disruptors over on the other side. They just kicked off a few moments ago. So we'll check that out. And anyways, we'll call it a day.
So a few people have mentioned Tottenham will be in the Championship next season. So I thought I'd just mention that because it'll be funny.
Yeah. Tottenham in the Championship. Oh, they're getting relegated?
They're down the bottom there, so it's not looking good for them at the moment, and they are probably one of the worst sides on form in the league. So there's a chance. Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, if you're a Tottenham fan, that's not a great time. But hey, guess what? You guys go down to Champions League, you do well, go right back up, you get promoted, and you can suck at the bottom of the Premiership again. That'd be kind of.
I think they probably would come straight back up. I think, but you never know, do you? It's not easy. It's a very competitive league, the Championship. So
yeah, we'll see how it goes. Well, anyway, so sorry for those Tottenham fans. Well, we'll see how it goes. But.
I'm not sorry.
And Joe's not sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
He's sorry. He's not sorry. Not sorry. He's sorry. I don't know what's going on. Who knows? It's crazy. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and head out of here. We'll see you next Sunday on the Nomad Tech Project. We're at 2:00. That's gonna be the time. We're gonna try that again. And take care of yourselves. Enjoy your tech. And don't be a dick. And we will see you next Sunday, same time. Take care, everybody. Have a good week.
Bye-bye.
Love you guys.